welcome. Let's do lesson number 46. God is the love in which I forgive. God does not forgive because he has never condemned, and there must be condemnation before forgiveness is necessary. Forgiveness is the great need of this world, but that is because it is a world of illusions. Those who forgive are thus releasing themselves from the world of illusions, while those who withhold forgiveness are binding themselves to it. As you condemn only yourself, so do you forgive only yourself. Although God does not forgive, his love is nevertheless the basis of forgiveness. Fear condemns and love forgives. Forgiveness thus undoes what fear has produced, returning the mind to the awareness of God. For this reason, forgiveness can truly be called salvation. It is the means by which illusions disappear. Today's exercises require at least three 5-minute practice periods and as many shorter applications as possible. Begin the longer practice periods by repeating today's idea to yourself as usual. Close your eyes as you do so and spend a minute or two in searching your mind for those whom you have not forgiven. It does not matter how much you have not forgiven. You have forgiven them entirely or not at all. See, this is how we bargain in our egoistic world. I'll forgive you, but I will never forget what you did to me. Sounds familiar. I've done that. We all are doing that. We all have done that. And then we come to a point in life where we go, I need to forgive so I can have some peace. And then we also forgive some parts of it. And then we try. And then we say, this I'm not going to. So the fact that I will forgive you and I will never forget, it means you are keeping some parts of it not forgiven and the rest of it you're willing to forgive. To me, that's what it means. If you are doing the exercise as well, you should have no difficulty in finding a number of people you have not forgiven. That shouldn't be that hard. We have many in our lives. It is a safe rule that anyone you do not like is a suitable subject. Mention each one by name, saying, God is the love in which I forgive you, blank. The purpose of the first phase of today's practice is to put you in a better position to forgive yourself. After you have applied the idea for today to all those who have come to mind, tell yourself, God is a love in which I forgive myself. Then devote the remainder of the practice period to adding related ideas such as, God is a love with which I forgive myself. God is a love in which I am blessed. Here I do want to point out the reason we are also forgiving myself is, yes, one, we condemn ourselves the most, so we do forgive ourselves, but also the fact that here it is mentioned, God is a love in which I forgive you. You're actually forgiving yourself. There is nobody else besides you because there is only one mind. It's just this in an illusory world that we live in where we see the other, but we are all connected with that one mind source. So that's where also the other meaning of God is the love in which I forgive myself. The form of these applications may vary considerably, but the central idea should not be lost sight of. You might say, for example, I cannot be guilty because I am a son of God. I have already been forgiven. No fear is possible in the mind, beloved of God. There is no need to attack because love has forgiven me. The practice period should end, however, with a repetition of today's idea as originally stated. The shorter applications may consist of a repetition of the idea either in the original or in a related form as you prefer. Be sure, however, to make more specific applications if they are needed. They will be needed at any time during the day when you become aware of any kind of negative reaction to anyone, present or not. In this event, tell him silently, God is the love in which I forgive you. The related ideas seem to be related as God is the love in which I forgive myself rather than to the idea as originally stated. So the last thing in the footnotes where he says God is the love in which I forgive myself is the message rather than the one that's originally stated, which is God is the love in which I forgive. It's the same thing. It means the same thing, but basically when you add that myself, you kind of are very gentle, kind with yourself. We normally are never gentle or kind with ourselves. We can be kind with other people. We can be gentle with other people, but we put ourselves like on the, we grill ourselves. We go through, we put ourselves through so much. But the central idea, it's saying that God is the love in which I forgive myself. I choose to forgive myself. I choose to be gentle with myself. Because when, that analogy where in the airplane where you need to put your oxygen first to be able to save the other, I think of that at this point, it comes to mind. Because if you are able to do that for yourself, you're gentle and you know what it feels like, and then you're going to be that for the next one, right? Because that is your brother in Christ, your sister in Christ. It doesn't matter if you don't want to use those words, just use whatever words come to you, divine, the oneness, whatever words, it doesn't really matter. Keep practicing. This is your transformation and this is your journey. Keep practicing them. Keep repeating these ideas as the day goes by, whatever you can remember, and see the shift that happens. And as far as forgiving, it says make more specific applications. Do so if needed. If there is something going on in your life, apply it to that and see what kind of shift it does, because a miracle is a shift in perception. And that's what the Course says, and I believe it, and it does happen. With that, I want to say I love you. Have a great day. Have a great week. I'll see you soon. Namaste.